Hello plant parents. Monsoon has covered the whole of India and this is the best time to grow your own food. Now my commitment to you when we started Nurturing Greens My Plant My Baby channel was that we'll make you grow your own food, and here I am today with the first episode of Seeds of Life, where I and Priyanka will teach you how to grow your own organic food. Exactly. It's been 3 months post lockdown. We have been caged inside our homes, not will go out, and I felt that this was the best time to learn gardening, to make sure that I am able to grow my own food for my family. I've been inspired by Rob in the US, where for the year he didn't have any food from outside and grew everything at home, right from all the sauces to all the vegetables to all the grains which he has, and hats off to him. I am also learning, and today obviously we'll teach you the first and the most ingredient of your home kitchen, which is tomatoes. Exactly. Today I'll teach you how to grow your own tomatoes at home. We need 3 most important things to begin your tomato growing. First is obviously the seeds. As I said, you can either have the packaged seeds or you can have it from your own tomatoes. I recommend to have the processed seeds because they're not processed from the form of any chemicals or whatsoever, but they're properly isolated, curated, dried, so the chances of their germination is much higher. Then you require a pot. I always use the jute grow bags to grow it, also because it's eco-friendly, but also it makes the roots breathe much faster and much better. So this is a grow bag which Nurturing Green has. You can have any of the grow bags available at your local garden centers also. I also have this seedling tray. Seedling tray is also important for the seeds to evolve to a seedling stage. In case you don't have this or don't have excess, you can directly plant your seeds into the grow bags. And then the most important part is the media. This is a purely all-in-one mix organic media from Nurturing Green, but you can also make it at your home. This requires cocopeat, 30% of it. The main mix is cocopeat. Then we use the vermicompost in it. There is gypsum in it to get more growth nutrients to it. There is humic acid in it, which is there. So you can use these 4 also. You can also mix some soil in case you want to bring stability to the plant. We don't use at Nurturing Green that, but if you realize that you are growing your tomatoes in the terrace or there are very high winds and you want to give the roots some fixation, you can use soil. It helps in getting some fixation, but don't make it more than 20-25% of it. So these 3 things are there with us. Let's start the process. What we do is you begin by filling the seedling tray to the brim. In case you, as I said, don't have the seedling tray, you don't have to worry. You can do it directly potting into your grow bags. So you fill your grow bags to the brim till the last, at least left, just leave 1 inch of the space, and then you can also plant the seeds directly there. I have done the 2-way process because I have the seedling tray. You have to press a bit so that there is some firmness in the media. So this is the seedling tray is ready. Now let's get these seeds from the packet. As you can see, I'll show you the seeds. See, they're totally dried out. So that's why I said when you use your tomato peels from your kitchen, they will not be dried, right? So there might be fungal activity which might happen. So these are being processed and taken care of in very closed, monitored environments. So that's why the germinations are much better off. We can put 2 to 3 in each of them. So let's put, in some I'll try and put more. That's okay. You just press them a little inside. These are tomato seeds. We also have cherry tomatoes. You can use the cherry tomatoes also if you like to do once. I have done it in my last harvest. We used these cherry tomatoes. They were wonderful, got a good harvest. But this time, we realized that our cherry tomatoes are only used during the Italians or whenever we want to do the garnishing or the salads. But for my mom, the most of our kitchen meals, require these good normal tomatoes जो हमारे घर में आते हैं. So I have filled 2 to 3 to 4 in some also because it might that 1 or 2 might not germinate in it. And this is done. What we can again do is you can just cover the seeds again. क्योंकि आपने दबाया था उसे तो वो अंदर चली गई हैं. So you just make sure that it's few centimeters below the soil, not too much also, so that it will take a lot of time for the seeds to come out. So anything from 1 to 2 centimeters they can be covered. If you are doing in your cocopeat or your pot in your grow bags or your plastic pot, make sure you do the same process and just put it 1 to 2 centimeters below the soil. So this is ready, and there are a few things which a lot of people do. You can cover it with a plastic bag in case you want to increase the humidity. Again, depending on which area, which region you are. Right now the humidity levels across India are already rising up, so since it's July and there is high humidity there, so you might not need to cover it. But whenever the rooting is happening or the seeds is growing into a seedling stage, it requires high humidity basically, and also water retention at all times. So what happens with seedling trays is also that the water evaporation is very high. So in case you don't water it, let's say, or miss the watering time, it will get dried very quickly because the base is too small, and that's why a lot of people cover it. So you can just cover it with a normal plastic at home. I am not doing it right now because I feel it's July and the weather is awesome. Humidity is very high right now, so I don't think I require the covering of it. But a lot of people do, and my results have been fantastic, especially in the months of June and May when there was too hot and dryness. I covered it and made a micro environment for every seedling which we were growing. So this is for our thing. So I'm done with the sowing of the tomato seeds. This is how the seeds have been sown here. And in case you are not doing this process and skipping it, you can directly put it actually into the grow bags. So this is tomato which is sown on 10th of June, and it's almost a month that this has been grown into this. Look at the growth. This is super, very good, very healthy growth which is happening. So in a month's time, if you are able to get to this height, your next process has to start, which is from this to a bigger pot where your plants will eventually grow and will start harvesting. So you can do it here also, or you can do the first process where when the seeds get into a seedling stage of 1 to 2 centimeters, you can put it into a bigger one, and then finally to a bigger pot. Again, it depends on a lot of people. I do both the process. So this one frankly has been directly put in without the seedling tray. So that's how it looks. It's completely healthy. It's all because of the seeds which is there. the media which has been used. And this is, by the way, result is when we were in June, and if you do the same process now, the result will be even much better. So start doing it at your home. You will see this type of growth of the plant coming in. When you have to shift to a bigger pot is when you have the 5th to the 7th or max at level 9th leaf coming in. So when you will see the first 2 leaves coming in, which is the initial phase, then the other 2 leaves which comes in, and then this is almost 7 to 9, and most of them are at 5 to 7 leaves format, seedling levels. So make sure that this is the time you start putting into the bigger pots, because now the plant need more energy, more food. This is the time when they will start growing really fast. From here to the harvest will be again maximum 1 to 1.5 months, and you will keep doing it. I have done a lot of it. Again, you have to see how much people you have and how much harvest you look at. So I have decided, and I have made sure that we will not buy any tomato, any inorganic and chemical tomatoes from the vegetable vendors. 100% of the tomatoes we want to, from now on, has to be from our balconies, and that's why I have made the series. So this one will go into this stage in a month's time, and this will go into harvest by then. So I have a cycle. Our calculation, we are targeting somewhere around 20 to 25 kgs of tomatoes every month, and that's how I am sort of planning it. From August onwards, every month I am targeting that we are able to harvest at least 25 kg, so we don't at least get tomatoes from outside, and we grow completely healthy and in-house chemical-free tomatoes at home. So here I am. This is a month-old sowing. When I did the sowing of tomatoes, and they have come up to this. Remember, 5 to 7 leaves is when they start reaching the height. You need to shift into a bigger container. This is my recyclable thermocol containers where we are growing all our food. So we have committed as a family that we will be completely reusing all the plastic, and we will not use any plastic unless really necessary. So I decided that these big containers, you don't need to buy, and we can recycle it. So instead of having our own string green containers, I thought let's have it in our plastic thermocol containers. They're good to have. Again, very important aspect in this whole is the media. In this one, I have used some amount of soil apart from the NG mix, which I got from the stores. Why so? Because I am at 17th floor, and there are very strong winds which are coming in. So for the fear of they not getting uprooted as they become big into these heights, I have used some soil to get a better grip. So let's now see the process of shifting from this stage to the stage where you will start seeing the harvest after a month. Let's quickly take out from below. So what you can do is at least go down 3 to 4 inch and try taking out the complete bundle of it. See, this is how it looks like. The roots have come out. I'll show you the roots also in this. There are very beautiful roots which are coming in here. So this is doing good. I'll obviously separate them also. So take out all of those. You have to put them far away because now they will need more space. Pehle they were small bachas, now they have become teenagers, and we have to make them ready for their growing stage when they become big and they will need more space. So this is, I have got these out from the grow bags, and it's time to put them into a bigger pot so that they now go into a growing stage where they start growing fast and start giving the fruits in a month to month and a half time. You can see here the roots, they are really healthy. I don't see any sign of fungal activity. That fungal happens if you are using the old media or the soil brings a lot of fungal activity. I don't like to put any of my plants into soil. Vermicompost I've used, and that's why the results are so good. I haven't seen such growth in any of the plants earlier anywhere I have seen. So yeah, this is it. So now I'll shift these from the grow bags to these bigger pots, from where I'll start harvesting at certain time after a month and a half. So you look at them, these are when I put the seeds too closer to each other, this is what happens. And this is what also about humans also. When there are a lot of kids around, there are some which will grow faster, some will grow slower, and some will be really slow. What also happens is, if you keep it doing like this, these will keep becoming stronger because they will start taking a lot of food and the other ones will not get the food. Right? So it's time, the quickly you do it, the better it is. But make sure that there are 4-5 stems. So this is clear example of the growth is not as high as for these plants, these two plants. But nevertheless, I'll take out all the healthy plants right now, and we'll have to move some of them elsewhere. They might not germinate as well. They might not grow as good as these ones. So I'll use the healthy ones only. So this is also a good part when you use the sowing trays. Such issues doesn't comes in. You'll get one single plant from one, let's say, seedling pot. But anyway, so I will put 8 of these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 in between. Ideally, if you have space in your balconies, you can put 6 of these also. We don't have space, and I have so many more crops to grow. I'll try and grow them nearby and put more compost at equal intervals so that they get enough food. So this is clear. See, this one didn't get as much food as this one because they were too closer to each other. So these 2 bigger ones will come here. Each plant should give somewhere around, in their whole life cycle, around 8 to 10 kgs of tomatoes is what I am looking at. But let's see how they do it. And I hope the season is good. It's rainy season, so we will get good harvest in August onwards. This is the 4th one for here. You might not be able to use all of them, so you can just dispose them if you want. I'll try and put it into the second pot, but I'll still dispose few of them also. That's the 6th one. Here is the 7th one. I think I have a lot of options. I will need total of 15 overall, 16 actually. So you have to do it carefully. Don't use strong hands. Use it nimbly. Don't force it much. You should be able to get one with some cocopeat in it intact. Don't keep them like this for a lot of time. You have to very quickly put it into a bigger pot, and make sure when you're doing this, the weather is good. If it's too strong sun anywhere in India, don't do the transplantation. Do it in a weather where there is no temperature shock which is coming to the plant. You have to press it so that the roots gets fixated eventually, otherwise they will fall, because cocopeat is usually light and very porous. In case you have a bigger space, you can put it far apart also. I mean, I am not liking that much of idea that I am putting it too close, because eventually they will touch each other when they grow big. But you can put it at a 12-inch distance. I have put it at a 10-inch distance. What I have also done is I have put one stronger and one weaker so that the whole pot becomes symmetric. So I'm done with the first transplantation, and let's do the other one. So I'm creating 2 sets of 8 each plants, which I assume each of it should give somewhere around 10 kgs of harvest. So and might not be equal for all of them. So I have done another such tray which I'll use it, and I'll keep rotating and keep putting every 30th or 45 days, so that I get 30 kgs, 25 to 30 kgs of harvest every month. And right now we are in August, and you can see the beautiful harvest coming out of it. You can now start taking out the harvest, the tomatoes from here. It's looking lovely, and thank you so much for watching My Plant My Baby's first series of Seeds of Life. This is how we grow tomato at home and become self-sufficient. In case you want to be more self-sufficient and want to watch more videos, do subscribe to the channel below, so that you keep getting the updates on whenever the next Seeds of Life episode comes in. Thank you for watching My Plant My Baby. Do subscribe to our channel My Plant My Baby on YouTube.